Hi everyone, my name is Lisa. I'm the nutritionist here at Raw Generation, and we are starting a new segment on our Instagram page here, our Instagram Lives. I'll be doing 2 of these a week. It's called Ask a Nutritionist, so you guys can come in and ask any questions you like. It can be about our products, about health and wellness, about nutrition. So anything that I have any kind of expertise in, I'm happy to talk to you about. So we'll be doing these Mondays and Wednesdays, beginning at 12:30 Eastern Time. So I hope you guys will be able to join. I look forward to connecting with you and talking about all things health and wellness. So feel free to type in your questions, and I'll be reading each and every one and do my best to answer. And then these lives will also be reposted on our site, so you can always go back and rewatch if there's something that I explained that you might have missed, or if I talked too fast, which I have a tendency to do. Definitely looking forward to connecting here. My plan today was to tell you a little bit about our different programs. The questions, I get the same kind of questions week after week from our customers. So my plan is to try to talk about those first, and then as questions come in, I'll just pivot and answer those. So we have 2 main ways that we help you guys lose weight and get healthy to detox, and those are our cleanses and our methods. So I'd like to explain the difference between the 2 because I know it can be a little confusing. We have 3 weight loss cleanses: our skinny cleanse, our protein cleanse, and our deep detox cleanse. That's our newest one, our deep detox cleanse. And all 3 are similar but also different because they each have a different function. All help with weight loss, all help with daily detox, but let me explain each one a little bit. The skinny cleanse is our longest standing, best-selling cleanse. That is obviously for weight loss, the name Skinny Cleanse. It also helps reduce bloating. It helps you to boost up your energy, to get your immunity higher. And that is, any cleanse is the same. They all have 6 bottles a day of either juices and smoothies, depending on the type of cleanse. So you'll be drinking these 6 bottles of cold pressed juice each day. And it's not just juice. We provide just the juice, but you're also able to eat things. So don't be afraid that if I cleanse, I'm not going to be able to eat. You can. We have a whole list that we send you of cleanse approved foods, fruits, vegetables, even baked potatoes and sweet potatoes, other things as well. A recipe for soup and things you can have while you cleanse. So don't be scared that you'll be starving or depriving yourself. And all of these things that you can eat, in addition to your juices, will not in any way hinder your weight loss results. You'll still have great weight loss. The average weight loss we find from our customers is losing 8 pounds in just 5 days with our skinny cleanse, 5 pounds in 3 days, and so on. The second cleanse we have is the protein cleanse. So similar, again, 6 bottles a day. In this case, there are 3 bottles of cold pressed juice and 3 bottles of plant-based smoothies that have more protein. So this is obviously for people that are very active, that want to keep up their workouts while they cleanse. If you're one of those people, the protein cleanse is probably a better option for you. That way you don't have to lessen your workouts. With the skinny cleanse, you can do stretching, core work, walking, but you wouldn't want to be doing things like HIIT workouts and things. That would be more so suited for a protein cleanse. And the third cleanse is our newest cleanse, the Deep Detox Cleanse. This cleanse is 6 bottles of green juice a day. They're less sugar, so they're not quite as sweet. Those are looking to reduce sugar cravings, reduce bloating, to detoxify your whole body. This is the cleanse for you. This is a low-calorie cleanse, meaning you can't do extreme workouts with it. However, you can supplement with other foods. Just like I said with the skinny cleanse, the same list will come to you in your box for this cleanse. And so you can eat, and that way if you want to do some workouts, you can do them that way. Now, let's see. Backyard farmhouse. I use the skinny cleanse all the time. I love it. I'm so glad to hear you love it. We love it too. And I have another question here. I finished my skinny cleanse. How can I keep my weight loss going? Well, that leads me right into the next thing I was going to talk about, which is our methods. So when I started with Raw Generation, they were pretty much a cleanse company. And I realized that, customers need something to do after a cleanse to keep their weight loss off, to keep the healthy habits going. And that's obviously what I specialize in. I'm a nutritionist for 20 years. The majority of my clients are either women trying to lose weight or people with autoimmune disorders that, couldn't get help with conventional medicine. So those are my 2 kind of sweet spots in my practice. And so I know that the key for losing weight and keeping weight off long-term is making sustainable habits. And habits are only sustainable if they're not hard, if they taste good, and if they're easy to maintain. And that is the exact reason why I developed the methods. The first one I developed is called the Skinny Method, our best-selling method. It obviously, if you think of the name Skinny Cleanse, Skinny Method, they're meant to go together hand in hand. So you cleanse first, ideally for 3, 5, 7, or 10 days. You choose that part. And then the skinny method is a weekly program. So every shipment is good for 7 days. You can just do it for a week. You can do it for a month. You could do it for the rest of your life. I mean, you can really do it as long, it's meant to be sustainable for as long as you want to sustain it. And the reported weight loss that we see is 2 to 3 pounds a week, continued weight loss until you hit your goal weight. Now, this program is not just juices. You will be getting juices from us. You'll be getting, each day has a green juice in the morning. It has a smoothie, a nice filling smoothie that replaces your lunch. The juice does not replace your breakfast. I should have said this. The juice goes along with your breakfast. And I tell you in the program, I give you very specific guidelines. They're my guidelines to your ears. No one writes them but me. And they're exactly the plan that I've used for myself and for my clients for 20 years. So I just put it into written form for you guys to use. So you'll be having a green juice in the morning with a lot of fruit and other things that you can have. A smoothie for lunch. So it's a really quick, easy grab and go meal replacement for lunch. Before dinner, you'll have our little Skinny Boost shot, which is my absolute favorite flavor in our entire flavor profile. And you have that 10 minutes before dinner that helps to eliminate the bloating that you sometimes have during dinner. So just to give you an idea, when you eat raw foods, the enzymes are alive in those raw foods. And that's the same thing with raw juice. All of our juice is cold pressed and flash frozen, which means they're never pasteurized, they're never high pressure processed, and that is the difference between store-bought juice or other even juice companies and our juice. So you're just getting nutrients, you're flooding your body with nutrients that actually do beneficial things for you, as opposed to drinking sugar water, which is all you're getting with juices that pasteurize or HPP their juice. So there's no functional benefit left in those juices. So this little Skinny Boost is just like taking a digestive enzyme pill before your dinner. It's the exact same thing. Actually, in fact, that main ingredient in it is pineapple. And if you take digestive enzymes and you look at your bottle, it's probably either papain or bromelain, which is a papaya or a pineapple enzyme. That's very common in enzyme pills, and we're just giving it to you in fresh juice form, which is, in my opinion, so much better than a pill any day. So you take that little shot before dinner, and then you have a full, clean, balanced dinner with lean protein, carbs, yes, carbs, and vegetables. And I give you a ton of recipes with the program. I think it's like 40 plus recipes that I put in there. There's also guides to help you eat out in a restaurant, even get how to order drinks at a bar. There's teaches you things about how to navigate your social life, healthy kitchen swaps. So, if you don't know what kind of mayonnaise to use, if you're not sure the best peanut butter to use, I list everything out for you, line by line by line. And it's actually the exact guides I used to give my nutritional clients in my practice, and I just kind of obviously adapted them and made them a little more current for you guys. But I've used them for years, and so I really know the questions that people would have doing these programs, the stumbling blocks they would face, because I dealt with them on a weekly basis. I would meet with them every single week, and they would be accountable to me with their plans. So those are the exact. I tried to hit all of those points with these plans for you guys. So these methods answer all those questions for you. Question. When you had your own practice, did you have any clients who were perimenopause who had a hard time losing weight? What advice do you have? Asking for a friend. Yes, actually, my main clientele were women between 45 and 55 that couldn't lose weight. So that is right there in perimenopause leading into menopause. And it's a couple things. Perimenopause, you can still lose weight pretty easily. It's not as easy as before then. Perimenopause, if you don't know, is the 10 years prior to menopause. So that could start as young as 38 in some women, or as late as 45 in other women. And it goes for 10 full years, or sometimes even 12 full years before you actually hit full-on menopause. So you might not even realize you have these symptoms that happen. Like you might not notice maybe your hair is getting a little thinner. You might notice your skin texture is a little different. You might notice that your body feels more bloated, or you're retaining water more easily. Those are all little symptoms of perimenopause that you don't really connect the dots necessarily, because you're not in full-blown menopause. And the key to not have an absolutely terrible menopause is to get ahead of it. Ideally before perimenopause. So if you're watching this and you're in like your 30s, this is the time to get your body straight. But if you're beyond that point, there are things you can do even in your 40s and your 50s to have better results and better experience during that time. If you are already in the menopause years, or like the later perimenopause years, I will tell you that it is 1,000 times harder to lose weight for you. And there's no two ways about it. There's no magical pill you can take that's going to fix you. However, if you are intentional, if you really stick to a plan, this is the one time in my practice where I'm stricter with my clients. If people really want to lose weight and you're in those years, you have to stick true to a plan, and then you will see weight loss. It might be slower than the person next to you who's not in that phase of life, but it will happen if you stick to it. If you veer off even a little, for whatever reason, women in that age bracket really can't, and it negatively impacts them. Whereas someone in their 30s or early 40s can, do the whole 80-20 thing, and they can still drop weight. That probably, like 9.5 times out of 10, will not be the case if you're in late perimenopause or menopause. What's the name of the product you're talking about again? This is called the Skinny Method. This is a weekly weight loss system where you are drinking juices and also eating full meals and snacks, completely outlined clearly for you in your box. And you can do it as weekly, as often as you like, to keep losing 2 to 3 pounds a week until you meet your goal weight. I originally did the skinny cleanse for 3 days. Now I do it once a week. Is that okay? You mean you do 3 days of a cleanse every week? Just clear that up for me so I answer the question properly. Second question while I'm waiting. I strength train 3 times a week. I wanted to know if I should switch to the protein cleanse. If so, 3 times a week, or can I do it once a week? Do you mean you're cleansing 1 day a week now? Or you're cleansing for 3 days every week? That's the part I'm not totally understanding that you're asking me. I think you mean 1 day a week. If that's the case, I actually recommend that very highly. I love a 1-day detox. Ideally, a Monday detox is awesome because the weekend is probably when, okay, yes, this is what she's talking about. A Monday detox takes you up right out of the weekend where you're probably not sticking true to your plans because you're with family doing stuff, you're with friends doing things. So cleansing 1 day a week is awesome for your body. It's kind of like doing a 1-day fast or a 1-day juice cleanse, and it kind of resets your system. So reset your taste buds, takes the sugar cravings away again, kind of helps you maybe lose those couple pounds you might have put on, having like beers and a barbecue or something out by your pool, whatever you're doing. So it's awesome for you. I mean, what this is what I would recommend. I would recommend, this is what I have recommended for years to my clients before I even worked at this company. I was a big proponent of cleansing in different forms. Cleansing 1 day a week, ideally a Monday to come off your weekend, and then maybe once a month or once every couple months when your body feels like it, to do a longer cleanse, like a 3 or 5 day cleanse, to really get a deep detox and to also like shake your system up. If you're trying to like get past a plateau with weight loss, you can kind of just shake up your system and lose a few extra pounds. Should I do a protein cleanse or a skinny cleanse? That depends on your goals in the 1 day that you are cleansing. So if your goal is to just detox your body 1 day a week, then the skinny cleanse I would say the skinny cleanse would be your better option of those two. If you're looking, and that would also say you're probably not doing as intensive a workout that day. If you're planning to strength train on the day when you are doing a cleanse, you might do better with the protein cleanse or just supplementing your skinny cleanse, like maybe adding in some bananas and potatoes and some extra calories that way. It depends on what your goal is by doing the cleanse. If you're trying to maintain weight loss or just trying to keep your body healthier. So if you want to clarify what your goal is, I might be able to give you better direction. And I think I missed other questions, so hold on a second. Oh no, maybe I didn't. I got everybody. Yes, I have everybody. So yes, Backyard Farmhouse. If you want to clarify your goals, I can give you better direction about which cleanse to do that 1 day a week. But that's actually, I had an idea for a product to do that, a Monday detox, and to make that something that we actually would sell. But it's basically just doing what you're saying, doing a 1 day cleanse, any 1 day of the week that you want to do it. So that's a great way to do it. I'm going to go back to the methods until I have more questions. So I just finished talking about the skinny method, our best-selling method, but we also have 2 other methods. We have the protein method and the detox method. So as you probably guessed, the protein method comes after our protein cleanse, ideally, or it goes in conjunction with, and the deep detox goes in conjunction with, the detox method goes in conjunction with our deep detox cleanse. So what we try to do is to set up a cleanse and a weight loss system that go hand in hand with every type of function you might have. And so you do the cleanse for however many days you want, and then a method for however many weeks you want, and that gets you to your goal. All of the methods, the protein method and the detox method as well, come with recipes, come with the guides to help you. The protein one also comes with a protein quick guide with a list of animal and plant-based proteins and amounts, like so you can know that a cup of oats gives you this much protein, a half a cup of edamame gives you this much protein, so you can kind of really make the plan very customizable to your own protein needs. Your most people that are focused on protein know their macros in and out, so all the recipes are macro calculated, so you can know how many carbs, protein, fat you have in every recipe there, so you can decide how you want to add. If you want to add an extra 20 grams of protein in, you can use the like plug and play kind of and pick, okay, well the salmon on here has this many, I can add this to my dinner, now I have enough. So it's really meant to be customizable for your plan. That was the most challenging of all the methods I created, was the protein method, because people's workouts are so varied. Their workout times in the day are so varied. Some people work out in the morning, some work out in the evening. So that program has the most instructions. Like if you work out in the morning, you do this. If you work out in the evening, you do this. And it's all laid out super clearly for you in the box insert that you get. It tells you how to do the juices. That program is a little different. It comes with our Strong and Lean pre-workout juice. That flavor is, I drink it like almost every day. That and the Skinny Boost, I could live on them. So the Strong and Lean pre-workout juice has a really large ingredient list, and it's very intentional. It has things that increase your oxygen, that help with your BCAAs, which help protect your muscles after you work out. Has natural creatine from oranges and things, and cranberries, nothing fake. So you have that before you work out, and that gives you extra energy to get through and to sustain your workout. Then after your workout, there's a little protein boost shot, small, 4 ounces. There's 10 grams of protein in that little protein boost shot. That was fun to figure out, but it worked. It's peanut butter and jelly flavored. It's delicious. I do recommend, it's thick. If you don't mind it thick, then drink it that way. But you can also top it off with a little bit of water and just kind of shake it, and you might like that better. And you have that after your workout that helps your body to have faster recovery. Your muscles have faster recovery times. And then you also get a green juice a day with that plan that you can have. Well, if you're working out in the evening, I recommend that you have it in the morning, because if you've ever been around here, you know that I'm a big proponent of having a green juice first thing in the morning to cut your cravings. But if you're doing your workout in the morning and you're having your Strong and Lean pre-workout juice in the morning and your protein boost, you might not want the green juice till maybe before dinner later on or something. So you can kind of, again, customize. This plan is very customizable, more so than any of the other plans, because workouts are very, very personal. Do you recommend starting with a cleanse or a method if you have never cleansed before? That's actually a great question, and it has a couple different ways it can go. If you've never cleansed before, and it kind of depends. First of all, are you looking to lose a lot of weight or a little bit of weight? A cleanse, depending on how many days you do, you can lose 10 pounds or more during a cleanse. With a method, you'll lose 2 or 3 pounds a week consistently. So it's slow, sustainable weight loss, as opposed to a cleanse, which is faster weight loss and larger amount that you can then keep off with a method. The ideal system is to do a cleanse first and then a method. That being said, some people are nervous to cleanse because they don't think they can sustain their day on just juices, even though you can eat. As I was saying earlier, you can definitely eat while you cleanse the foods that are cleanse approved. If you're that kind of person that you're going to need large meals, that you're going to have a hard time getting through a day without, say, chicken or something in it, then a method's a better way for you to start. You can do a method, and you can do that as many weeks as you want. It's a little bit an easier way to ease in, I should say. But if you're the kind of person that really wants to see some real results, and those results will motivate you to keep going, then you start with a cleanse. And then from the cleanse, go directly into a method. That's why we actually bundle the product. We have the Skinny Bundle product. So that way, if you don't have to even have a day in between, you can do your cleanse and the cleanse on your day 5, your 7, your 3, whatever. And then very next day, you can start your method and not lose any grounds with the weight you lose or the results that you get. So it's not just weight loss. Obviously, that's the main reason why a lot of people start with these plans, but it's not just weight loss. It's also detoxing your body. It's also giving your body better energy and better immunity. Energy is a huge one. I mean, the first thing that people notice usually when they cleanse, their energy goes up. Over time, the longer you do these plans, you'll notice differences in your hair, your skin, your hormones. Like, it's basically teaching you what I would, if I was sitting down face to face with you across the table having an appointment, what I teach you in the methods on our method programs is exactly what I would teach a client, and they would do for hopefully the rest of their lives. So not saying you have to do our program the rest of your life. However, if you do it for long enough, for a month or 2 months or 3 months, you will develop those habits and they'll become lifelong. You will learn the ingredients that are not healthy on a label, because I teach you that in the program. You will learn, your body will not appreciate the taste of sugar and salty things as much, because your body will have not had it for a while if you're sticking to the plan. So it basically retrains your system and your mind, your taste buds, everything, to just be healthier without having to really think about it. Because after a while, after 30 days, your brain starts to form healthy habits. So you'll learn the things to shop for. You'll learn the clean brands you like. So doing something for a week or 5 days is great if you're like going to a wedding, you need to just fit into your dress a little better. But if you really want to be healthier, if your goal is to be healthier for the long term, that's where the methods really come into play. So I want to try cleanse when I hit a weight loss plateau. Do you recommend a 3-day or something longer? My favorite is the 5-day, but if you've never cleansed before, I mean, a 3 day is a great If you're nervous to do more than 3, you'll still get results. I mean, the average person loses 4 to 5 pounds in 3 days. If you're looking for more of a real, like, if you're really hitting a plateau, and if you're in that age bracket, like I was saying, if you're in the 45 to 55-year-old women bracket, then definitely do a 5 or 7 day cleanse, because your body will need longer to actually release the toxins and to start shedding weight as well. So I would say, if you're 45 to 55, a 5, 7, or even a 10-day cleanse would be your best bet to actually lose some weight. And you might not lose the 10 pounds that's claimed for a 10-day cleanse if you're in perimenopause or menopause, but you will definitely lose something, maybe 3 or 5 pounds. If you do the skinny cleanse, you are not hungry. You're right, if you do it the right way. Just from someone who does this, yes. You don't have to be hungry. I mean, the juices alone, some people love it with just the juices and they don't feel hungry. But, you can snack on cut up veggies. You can salt cucumbers if you're something salty. You can have all the fruit that you want. You can have a baked potato, a sweet potato, steamed vegetables. There are things you can have if you're dying. Or if you're nervous to do a longer cleanse, maybe that's your impetus to do a longer one. Instead of doing 3 days of just juices, do 5 days and eat some food, because you're getting a longer cleanse out of it that you can sustain more easily. Thank you. This makes total sense. How often should I cleanse versus staying with the method? Another good question. What I would recommend, this is kind of how I intended this system to work, is to do a cleanse and then to do the method for as many weeks as you want, and then either to quarterly cleanse, every couple months, do another cleanse. Not to stop your method, to pause the method for a week, to do another cleanse, just to shake up your system. It's always good to cleanse, because cleansing really detoxifies your body. And toxins out means weight sheds off as well. Lots of times people, let me explain this a little bit more, because, I don't believe in the whole calories in, calories out for weight loss, especially for women. So it's really about the quality of the calories. For example, if you haven't been here before and you don't know my story, I was never naturally slender like I am now. I tried every diet out there. I struggled with my weight for well over 10 years before I became a nutritionist and really learned how to lose weight healthfully. And I used to calorie restrict. I would stay under 1,200 calories a day. I would belong to 2 gyms. I was married to it, and it was crazy. Now, I don't attend. I do some Pilates here and there. I easily eat over 3,000 calories a day. I maintain a size 2 or smaller at all times. I don't even think twice about it. It's not about your size. I'm just telling you, that's not where I was at before. I struggled to maintain a size 8 before, just to give you an idea of size differentiation. I don't starve myself. Like I said, if anything, I eat more than anybody I know. I can literally put away more calories than any date I've ever been on or any person I know. And that's because it's the right calories. And the same thing goes for the juice. So people are afraid of the sugar and the calories in juice. You will not gain weight from calories that are raw and healthy for you. It just doesn't happen that way. So I say this because shaking up your system every 4 to 8 weeks with a short cleanse is great for you, especially if you're struggling with weight loss. You do the method, you're eating all the foods, you're doing all the things, and take a little break. You do a cleanse, you flood your body with all the nutrients, you let the toxins flush out, because when your body stores toxins, that usually makes you hold on to weight. So instead of calories in versus calories out, think of toxins in versus toxins out. You're detoxing out the toxins, and when that starts to happen, your body feels safe to shed some weight along with it. So, what is the meal plan like for the detox method? The detox method meal plan is the same as the other 2 methods, because that's what I believe is the best meal plan for everybody, with some adjustments. So basically what you'll be doing is having a green juice along with your breakfast in the morning. The breakfast is a low-fat, usually ideally fruit-based breakfast, all the fruit that you want, but there's other options there as well. A green juice along with your lunch, and there's also lunch options. So you want to have a low-fat lunch, but you can have lots of calories, just low-fat. So at lunchtime you'd be having vegetables, potatoes, whole grains, more fruit if you want, beans, soups, that kind of a thing, with the green juice. And the reason for that is you're flooding your body with chlorophyll. That's nature's best detoxifier. That's why it's called the detox method. So all the chlorophyll, this whole program is about getting in lots of chlorophyll in its raw form. And then before dinner, you have our little craving crusher shots, like greens plus cranberry and apple. It's very tasty. So you have that before dinner. It acts similarly to the Skinny Boost, like I was saying before. So it's like a flush of an influx of enzymes to help you digest your dinner better, to eliminate the bloating, to cut cravings. And then your dinner is a mix of lean protein if you want, carbs and vegetables, whole, and there's all the recipes. There's 40 plus recipes. There's the eating out guide. There's the healthy kitchen swaps guide. All the same things are available with all 3 of the methods. Let me know if that explained enough about how the program works for that program. That's our newest method. We just launched that last week. It's brand new, the newest product that we have. I think I didn't miss anybody. Okay. So that actually led me right into the last method I was going to talk about. Frankie, you're welcome. Which is the detox method. That goes hand in hand with our deep detox cleanse. Again, it's lower sugar flavors, high greens, high chlorophyll. And the idea for this is weight loss along with deep detox, really detoxifying your whole body. For the deep detox cleanse, is there a certain order you should drink the juices in? I get this question all the time with all the cleanses. The only one I really have a very specific order for is with the protein cleanse, because I feel eating light to heavy every day, whether you're cleansing or eating, is super important. So for the protein cleanse, you'd be doing your juices in the first half of the day and the smoothies in the second half of the day because they're more caloric. The deep detox cleanse is just green juices, so you can really have them in any order that you like. With the skinny cleanse, I always say have a green juice first, and there's only one green juice in the skinny cleanse, so I recommend starting your day with sweet greens and doing the rest as you want for the skinny cleanse. So yeah, not so much in order for the deep detox cleanse. You can have them however you like. After the initial cleanse, I currently do the skinny cleanse once a week, and I have maintained my weight. Awesome. I started my journey at 193. Now I'm 142. That's amazing. I strength train 3 times a week, Peloton 2 times a week, and walk. I love to hear the stories. If others of you here have testimonials about our products, I love to hear this. So that's an awesome, so you have basically set up your own maintenance plan. You do the cleanse, you cleanse 1 day a week, and you keep up your weight loss that way. Question, did you notice that it was easier to have healthier habits after you cleansed all the junk out of your system? Was it easier to choose cleaner foods after? I'm assuming the answer is yes, but I'd love to hear it from your own mouth. Okay, I think I didn't miss anything else here. Yes, awesome. That's really the thing with cleansing. I mean, cleansing has gotten a lot of negative press in the years because it sounds like it's so restrictive. Anyone who knows me knows I am the opposite of restrictive behavior. I don't believe in it at all. I don't count my calories. I don't count my fat grams. I don't weigh myself on a scale, and I couldn't begin to tell you what I weigh. I haven't weighed myself in 20 years. So I don't believe in any of that. What I believe in is giving your body what it actually needs and having it in abundance until you're full. So cleansing, while it sounds restrictive, it's really not, because we're telling you can eat. So you can have all the 6 juices a day, plus you can have all the fruit you want, plus all the vegetables that you want, plus all the potatoes that you want, and still get results. And obviously the skinny method is teaching you how to eat full meals, also without restriction. And I want to clarify one thing, because I always get this question, and I know that what I say is large doesn't equate to what most people think of as large. So if I'm telling you have a large salad, have a lot of fruit. A lot of fruit to most people might be like a bowl full of grapes and an apple. That to me is a little bit of fruit that would never sustain me more than a half an hour. So I want you to think about the calories that you normally eat at a meal. You probably eat 500 or 600 calories at a meal, or maybe more. So if you're replacing your breakfast with fruit, you have to get that same 500, 600, 700 calories from fruit. That means having like 7 bananas or having, 8 oranges. So you're probably thinking of me like I'm a crazy person. You're not going to eat 8 oranges, even though that's what I do. But you can blend them into a smoothie. You can have the juice along with some fruit. The idea is having more than you think, not having less, because I know you're probably afraid of fruit. Everyone who's ever dieted is probably afraid of having a whole banana or having like anything but a green apple. And it's just unfortunate because diet culture has totally screwed up what our bodies are actually biologically meant to digest well and to be fueled from. And that's healthy carbohydrates in the form of fruits, vegetables, potatoes, even some whole grains. And when I say whole grains, just to be clear, I don't mean whole grain bread. I mean literal whole grains like brown rice, quinoa, oats, that kind of thing. And I've also found that people are afraid of when I say the word potato. They're afraid to eat potatoes. I will tell you that part of my weight loss plan was eating potatoes without restriction every day. I eat 3 or 4 every single day, and I've never had to think about my weight. So I must answer the questions about fruit and fruit sugar and where I get my protein from every day. And you're eating potatoes? How are you skinny eating potatoes? I'm telling you, do not knock it until you tried it. I'll tell you about another testimonial from a customer who I've become actually very, very friendly with. He did our first, we did a program called the Signature Reset that we used to have, a 90-day program. And I had these support calls with our group. He did this plan. He is now at like the 78-pound mark, eating potatoes every day, eating fruit every day, drinking juices and smoothies every day. So I see my brother in here saying he's afraid of fruit and he knows I'm crazy. You never know who visitors you're going to get when you do an Instagram live. White potatoes or sweet potatoes? All potatoes. I don't believe in the only sweet potatoes are good for you and white potatoes are bad. Have all the sweet potatoes and all the white potatoes. I probably have 2 white potatoes and 1 large sweet potato almost every day. And I'll tell you, if you've never tried this, a Japanese sweet potato blows a regular sweet potato out of the water. They are so good. They're like a purpley kind of skin and they're white inside. And if you overcook them, they taste like cake batter. Try it. You will thank me when you do. How do I prepare my potatoes? Never with fat. You never want to cook with fat, and that's one of the main things I teach in the methods. So you can boil them, you can bake them, you can dry roast them on parchment paper, you can still season them. If you want to add fat to them, do it after they're cooked, not while they're being cooked in. So no frying, sauteing, unless you want to water saute. You could also air fry, like if you want to make like French fries, just slice them up and put them in the air fryer. When you cook with fat, when you heat oils and fat, it chemically changes the composition of that fat. So, for example, think about like vegetable oils. It's always liquid at room temperature. All fats are liquid at room temperature, but then you can heat them to unnaturally high temperatures and it causes them to solidify. Like, picture like a Cheez-It, for example, that has solidified hydrogenated fat in it. So when you heat an oil, it hydrogenates or solidifies that fat. Your body no longer recognizes that kind of fat. So it causes weight gain and disease, and without question. The same thing with seed oils. They are heated at such high temperatures to become these refined seed oils. And seed oils, I mean like sunflower oil, safflower oil, cottonseed oil, canola oil. They're in almost all of our processed foods. These oils directly contribute to weight gain, to autoimmune disorders, to infertility, to dementia, to like all the main things that we deal with in our culture. There's really no place for heated fats. So if you love olive oil, yes, it's a healthy fat. Drizzle it on after your food's cooked as a dressing or on your potatoes after you roast them. Don't cook in the fat. Don't heat the fat. And I teach this really, really clearly in the methods. It's a main component of the weight loss systems and the success of them. So good question about how to cook the potatoes. I tend to bake them. But dry roasting is delicious. You can make like French fries. And if you make the no oil hummus recipe that I have in the plans and dip them in, it's delish. Delish. If I missed somebody's, I don't think I missed anyone. I'm not the best at the lives I'm learning. Ask again, but I think I got them all. Jen, you are welcome. Thanks for the questions. I think I was saying before the questions came in about the bundle product. So our Skinny Bundle product is cool. It takes our 2 best sellers, the Skinny Cleanse and the Skinny Method, and it bundles them together. You save money, and it gives you both products right from the get-go, so you don't have to have any days in between your cleanse and your method, which gives you the best results. So say you choose a 5-day cleanse, you lose 8 pounds, you do a week of the Skinny Method, you lose another 3 pounds, so now you've lost 11 pounds in 2 weeks. You keep doing that method, you'll keep losing 1 to 3 pounds a week, and it will just keep on going and going and going. And that is the goal, the weight loss and the healthy habits, And that's kind of our foundation. If you look at our website, that's our foundation for everything. Weight loss and healthy habits, healthy weight loss. I see more people joining. Hello, everyone who just joined. I'm glad you're here. Okay. If you just joined, hi. Hello, Gabby. And hello, Raquella. I have some friends joining this live. I'm going to just reintroduce myself since I did in the beginning, but now it's a whole different slew of people here. I'm Lisa. I'm the nutritionist here at Raw Generation. I create the products that we sell, and I am here now twice a week at 12:30 on Mondays and Wednesdays, 12:30 Eastern Time, doing this Ask a Nutritionist segment, and you can come with your questions about health, weight loss, nutrition, our products, anything. It's an open forum. I'll talk about whatever things as it comes up. The questions are great because it kind of spawns off to other topics and it keeps going. So this is your chance to really get your questions answered in real time instead of having to talk to customer service or wait to read an email or something. So I'm so glad you guys are here. We were just talking about our cleanses and our methods, our two different systems for weight loss, fast weight loss versus sustainable weight loss. And the sweet spot is mixing the two together to have fast weight loss with sustainable weight loss after. And then you really have a habit that you can keep going forever. So that is what we recommend the most. So feel free to ask your questions. Thank you for joining. These will be posted on our website after the fact. I know I talk fast. I work on that. I make no promises. However, if you're missing things that I'm saying or you want to listen again, you can always listen on the website after the fact. It'll be posted there for you. Or I'm sure probably on our Instagram page too. I'll find out about that before the next one. So I'm glad you guys are here. Raw Generation is all about cold pressed juice. We never heat, pasteurize any of our juice. We cold press, we flash freeze. This ensures the flavor, number one, the enzymes, number two, the nutrition, number three, not in that order, just all three of these things are preserved, as opposed to pasteurization or high pressure processing, HPPing. I only know of a couple other companies that do what we do. For the most part, if you go into Whole Foods, for example, and you see cold pressed juice in a refrigerated shelf, that has been HPP'd, high pressure processed. That means they're not they can still claim cold pressed because they're not technically adding heat. What they're adding is high pressure to a bottle. It's another form of preserving the liquid. It does a few things. Number one, it totally changes the flavor of the juice. Even if those taste good, they don't taste nearly as good as they would taste if they were fresh squeezed and flash frozen. Secondly, it denatures the enzymes, are completely dead, and it degrades most of the nutritional value. If those juices can sit on a shelf for 3 and 4 weeks, which they can if they're cold pressed, that is not real raw juice. Our juice is not good after 2 days in the refrigerator because it's fresh squeezed and that's it. And then pasteurization is what you see like on a shelf in a supermarket where juice is not refrigerated. So like, Juicy Juice and Mott's and that stuff, that has all been high heat pasteurized, and that is basically just drinking sugar water. There is nothing nutritionally valuable for anyone, kids or adults, with that kind of juice. The opposite is true with cold pressed raw juice, which is what we make. All the enzymes are intact, all the nutrition is preserved, and all the flavor is preserved just by the flash freezing. So we literally have in our huge facility, we squeeze, we freeze like that fast. So there's no time for anything to be lost. There's no oxidation happening of the juices. It's just that fresh. And aside from getting it from a juice bar, you can't really get fresher raw juice, which means the nutrition you're flooding your body with is unmatched. It's concentrated nutrition. Think about this. If you eat 1 apple, you only get the nutritional benefits of 1 apple. If you drink a juice with 4 apples, you're getting the benefit of 4 apples, which means all that immunity boosting, all the good stuff in those fruits and vegetables. There's nothing like cold pressed juice. Can you explain the difference between the shots included in the methods and the actual juices? Oh yeah, sure. Our juices are 12-ounce bottles. Our shots are 4-ounce bottles. And each method comes with 2 12-ounce bottles and 1 4-ounce bottle per day. And it's a 7-day product, so it's like 21 bottles for the week. So in our programs, every program comes with 1 12-ounce green juice every day, because that's like our backbone. The shots are usually meant to be functional. They're like concentrated, functional ingredients. So the Skinny Boost is the shot that comes with the Skinny method. That's before the dinner of the Skinny method. That's the high enzyme. I was telling us about this before. The high enzyme content juice that you drink before you have your dinner. It helps to eliminate the bloating. It's amazing actually for that. Then the Craving Crusher shot comes with the detox method. That shot you also have before dinner, and it does exactly what it says. It crushes the cravings because the chlorophyll is so high. Most people don't realize this, but chlorophyll actually chemically counteracts cravings in your body. What happens is, it's interesting, when your body has cravings, we don't usually understand what it means. If your body is craving sugar, it just means it needs fruit. If your body is craving salt, it means it's lacking in greens. So the Craving Crusher is the perfect mix of greens and fruit. And that's why it mitigates salty cravings and sweet cravings that are unhealthy. So obviously, when you're craving something sweet, you're not going to grab probably an apple. You're probably going to grab an Oreo. If you're craving something salty, you're probably not going to grab a piece of spinach. You're going to go grab a Dorito or something. So we don't always understand the cues that our body's telling us, but most of the things that we crave or the signals that our body gives us means something nutritionally has to be put back in balance, and that's what these products do. And for the protein method, the shot in that method is the Protein Boost, as I was mentioning before. That's a 4-ounce shot of 10 grams of protein, no protein powders. It's just it's nuts, blueberries. Trying to remember, I made that a while ago. But it's just 10 grams of protein, whole food based, nothing synthetic, no powders at all. It tastes like peanut butter and jelly. It's delish. You have it after your workout. It's meant to be a recovery shot. It helps your muscles recover faster. Another question regarding the strong and lean juice you mentioned. Should I drink before or after workout? Okay, the strong and lean juice comes with the protein method. It's meant to be a pre-workout juice, so you drink it before you work out and or during, usually before your workout, and it boosts your energy. It gives you stamina. It gives you the stamina you need to get through your workout and to do better at your workout, the results. And we've had this tested by a test group. We've had customers telling us that it absolutely helps them have more energy and get better results from their workouts. This juice is 12 ounces. It's delicious. It kind of has like a cranberry, it's not super sweet, but it's just like the right amount, especially if you're having it in the morning. It has a cranberry kind of flavor to it. It has spirulina in it. It has natural creatine in the oranges and the cranberries. It has, what else is in that flavor? It has a little bit of Redmond's Real Salt, which is the highest quality mineral salt you can have, which helps those electrolytes there that you need, potassium and sodium. And it has beets, which helps to bring oxygen to your blood, which is, you definitely want that nitric oxide before you work out. That's what gives you like the energy. The blood flow increases. So yes, you have that before you work out, and the protein boost is after you work out. And that doesn't matter if you do it at night, afternoon, or the morning. That same system works regardless of when you work out. And that is in the protein method, not the protein cleanse, the protein method, which is the weekly system that can go along with the protein cleanse, come after it, or be done separately. A lot of really great questions, you guys. You are a good group. Again, we do these lives. I do these lives twice a week, Mondays and Wednesdays, 12:30 Eastern Time. You come with your questions about our products, about nutrition, about health and wellness, and I will answer them in real time as best as I can. Twice a week, 12:30 Eastern Time. Okay. I think I got everyone's questions, but if I missed any, please repeat them. We've been mostly talking today about our cleanses and our weight loss methods, 2 ways that we have for losing weight, fast weight loss and sustainable weight loss. Lots of really great questions about both. You can watch the replays of these on our website after the fact if I talk too fast for you. I'm trying not to. Thank you. I'm so glad you were here. Thank you for all your great questions. I'm going to be closing off pretty soon. So last call for questions before I end this live, and I'll see you guys again on Monday if you come back at 12:30, and we'll talk about some other things. Jen, thank you for joining. Everyone have a great day. I'll see you next time.